Welcome back. Jason, introduce David to the listeners, please.
Joined once again on the phone by David Morgan. He's the publisher of the Morgan Report and a leading U.S. expert on precious metals investing.
David, how you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
What was responsible for that gap up we had 2 days ago, in silver in particular?
Well, more buying. That's the obvious answer, and why that's an almost impossible answer. It's a lot of, individual choices or randomness, but obviously we had a nice run so far. I sent out to my advanced members. We have three services, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Well, intermediate to advanced and then a super advanced. But anyway, I saw a cup and handle formation. I know that you do technical work, and it looked like a classic textbook cup and handle. And on that first move up, it hadn't broken the handle yet. Actually, it did, and it came back and rested right on it. So I jumped on that and set an alert to all the members that watch how I trade. And I'm in, and I'm long, and this is on just the trading part. I trade and invest. But the metals are so volatile. If you get these kind of setups, it's nice to take advantage of them. So we really like it. The volume was very strong, which is what you want to look for. You want confirmation. Volume is confirmation. And it looks like silver might make a further move to the upside here.
Well, it was actually a week ago today you observed for our listeners that cup and handle formation.
That's correct. I actually did. Said it a bit early. And, you got to be ahead of the curve. And you also have to obey the rules. I mean, you don't want to get in until the handle is confirmed with volume, which is what took place. And that's when I made the formal announcement, did all the graphs and drew it and spoke it and everything else in great detail. But, yes, that's right. I've been watching it for a while, and here it is, and we'll see what happens. They're very good, probably 80%, 85%. They're not 100%, but right now everything that I expect for the metal, for silver in particular, gold's doing as well, is continuing, and we'll just have to wait and see over the next few days.
All right. Well, now that we've broken above the handle, we've got a 35 handle on silver. Do you think we're heading on up into the 40s, or are you going to wait and watch?
Well, I got that question last night on another interview, and I'm conservative. I think we're going to see 37, 38. Certainly we can get to 40. It's more like I said last night, the market's no more than any of us. I think we've got a couple dollar run here at least, and we'll just have to wait and see. And especially with, what's going on in the financial markets, as we discuss, every time we're on your show, that, they're really, it's hard to recommend gold at 1,800 and silver at 35, knowing that they were, a decade ago, you were looking at $5 silver and, $300 gold or whatever. But what else are you going to recommend? Where else are you going to go? I mean, really, there isn't anything else out there that I like. What do you like, the real estate market? How about the S&P 500? What about the bond market? I mean, really, there's nothing in my good conscience that I could say with any authority that I find to be good.
I've got the charts up right now, and it does look like to me, if we can just push it up another couple dollars, we'll be into that trading range we had back in August before we had that gap down that day.
Exactly. And once we get back up there and reconfirm that trading range, then obviously we probably build a channel pattern and probably move further to the upside. I mean, I'm on record very early in the year saying I think silver will double this year, which means roughly from 30 to 60. But I also stated emphatically it'll probably take the whole year to do it.
David, let's talk about your investment, your services for the listeners.
Okay. Well, first of all, there's a free one, which is just go to the website, silver-investor.com, and if you're a first-time visitor, actually a pop-up will come up, and you can fill out just your first name and an email address. Then you have to confirm that because it's an opt-in email list. We'll send you the 10 rules of silver investing. You'll get a weekly economic update written by me. However, if you're really serious about making money in the markets, then we have three levels of service. A basic service, which is somebody that wants the monthly report, and that comes in electronic format, PDF file, or Word file. We do both because we have some older readers that just rather have it in Word. And then we have the Look Over My Shoulder service, which is basically a video that I produce as required. It's not a daily, not a weekly, not every Tuesday. It's as I think it's important for you to find something in the market. Normally it's something I see that looks like a good trade, but not always. And also on that service, we give out a lot of videos because I do a lot of traveling, I do a lot of gold shows, I do a lot of speaking, and usually we will film those when we're allowed to. Some of these conferences don't allow you to film, and we post those up for our members. There are also one-on-one interviews quite often with mining companies that either we have suggested strongly or that we're looking at on an up-and-comer basis, or sometimes something that we have maybe been stopped out of. Let's say it was XYZ Mining. We really liked it. We moved our stop up and got stopped out, and we made a small profit on it. But we know some of our members maybe still own the stock, so we'll take the courtesy of like interviewing the top GO or the QP, the qualified person, and the CEO or whomever we can get a hold of, and just do it as a courtesy to those people because they probably are still holding the stock. And I can get a lot more information on a radio show talking, or especially a video where I'm actually interviewing someone in 10 minutes than I could ever do writing in 10 minutes. It would take me 2 hours probably to write something that I can get done on video for. So that's it. And then the last level is for hedge fund managers or high net worth investors. Once in a while, we'll put out a very speculative situation that we believe in. That's not the primary purpose. Normally, it's continue to follow the story as these markets unfold. I have one of my really good friends and one of the, I think, leading thinkers in the gold sector, also a very clear economic thinker. We've been friends since, I don't know, it's been 30 years probably. He actually was on KHY TV, Channel 22 in Los Angeles, the precursor to the financial channels that exist today, CNBC, et cetera. And he gave an update for everybody. And, of course, we take questions. These people are paying us, $1,000 a year, so the service isn't for everybody. But they do get the benefit of meeting some of the top thinkers in the industry, like Eric Sprott, for an example. We've brought in Nick Barisheff, who runs Bullion Management Group out of Canada. So it's something, again, not for your average person, but we do offer that level of service.
Well, David, given the fact that we had that gap up a couple of days, 2 or 3 days ago now, would you just sit back, assuming you already hold silver?
Yep.
Sit back and let it consolidate in here, or try to chase it? And add
well, it depends who you are. If you don't have any silver, if you don't have any gold, if you're just getting educated and realize the importance of it, I'd say jump in now, but not all the way. Jump into the shallow end, not the deep end. In other words, get a position, but don't spend all your capital here because these markets are volatile and you might get a better buying opportunity. So bear that in mind. But if you're already positioned and you have enough, then, yeah, you could watch it. If you have a position and you want to add to it, that's a little trickier, which is probably what you're asking me.
That is what I'm asking.
Okay, well, I thought you were. And that's difficult. I think the best thing to do in this market would be to just position it over time. I would say if you've got, 10,000 or 5,000 or 50,000, whatever it is that you're going to put in over the next several months, you want to put in the market. I do it over the next several months. I pick a day like, 20th of the month or 15th or 12th or whatever your birthday is. I don't care. And just put in, 1/5 of that amount every month for the next 5 months. That way, no matter what happens temporarily in the market, and you got to use your head about that approach. That's dollar cost averaging. That's extremely mechanical, but you want to use that as a basis. And if you got a large pullback, let's say that things really got clobbered because of something in the Eurozone and the metals took a big hit, well, obviously you could, buy in on that big dip and do better than if you perhaps just waited till that number came up the next month. So hopefully I'm being clear on that. But I would definitely enter into the market slowly over several months. I think it's just too much going on to be able to pick bottoms. But as far as picking breakouts, which is what I just did, that's, a lot of experience watching the markets closely, and looks like I'm right so far. Time will tell. Next week we probably won't be doing a show. I'll be doing a workshop. But the following week, you'll be able to tune me up and see, if we're still profitable or not.
Well, you pegged this breakout 3 or 4 days before it occurred.
Yep. Well, thank you.
We've been speaking with David Morgan, publisher of the Morgan Report, a leading U.S. expert on precious metals investing. Learn more at silver-investor.com.
David, we appreciate it, guy.
Okay. Welcome.
Thank you. Have a good weekend. This is Alan Butler. When we return, we're going to have my buddy Jimbo and his buddy, and now my buddy Bill Still.